on who we will be covering. So, all right.
Got big things coming up. Stick around. Stick around. Oh, we got the first player up.
Yes, we do. We got that. Luckily, the Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs on hand this week for one of my highlighted players of the week. 29 fantasy points. He was out in 57% of the snaps. He had 14 carries, 77 yards, um, five, um, 5 yards per carry. He had 2 touchdowns in this game against the Chargers. 5 targets, 3 receptions, and 35 yards. Um, yeah, I honestly thinking Jahmyr Gibbs is more likely going to be their main starter. Toss in a little bit of Montgomery, inwards, kind of make this a two-headed monster, but kind of more like Gibbs being more the open space guy, and kind of put Montgomery in at the goal line situations. But I mean, other than that, I'm actually liking this. I mean, them giving Gibbs, the pretty much the hot hand here. Let him, they should have started this from the beginning of the season, and this run game could have been way totally different. But I mean, I get it. They want to, they kind of wanted the forefront. Montgomery there, kind of the lead guy for a while there until he got hurt, and sprinkle in Jahmyr Gibbs, kind of see how he does. And in these last few games, man, I mean, Gibbs is actually looking pretty legit. I mean, he looked good against, Tampa Bay the week before, and then them playing the Chargers this week. I mean, it was back and forth games. So, I mean, they needed they needed his skill set to actually keep up with the Chargers overall. Right now, actually, which is crazy, is just looking at the rookie running backs that are actually playing right now. Gibbs is actually second. He's actually second overall with 476 rushing yards on the season, which is not bad. I mean, not a bad start. I mean, um, Bijan
No,
Robinson.
no, and he's no, and
Go
he's
ahead.
missed some few games too.
Yeah.
So Gibbs, he hasn't played a full slate. Like Bijan's played a full slate, so there's no excuse there. But I think Gibbs has been more impressive than Bijan. I think he's been the most impressive rookie running back so far. He was just like you'd stated in the graphic there, 58% of snaps. So he's getting, and that's about what we thought. Eventually, it was probably 60-40 beginning of the year for Montgomery. And I saw
Yeah.
Montgomery break one too. He broke one
Yeah.
too
He
against
did.
the Chargers.
Yeah.
Montgomery looks healthy. I mean, Detroit's is lethal. I mean, they got weapons. I mean, they get anything from Jameson Williams too. I mean, they're lethal through the tight end, the receivers, the two really good backs. They're just solid. The great offensive line. If Jared Goff can keep it together, yeah, Jared, be excited because you're looking at a machine here. Two T. This guy's a Swiss Army knife. Like he really is. I'm glad that he stayed healthy so far because we got excited about Brees last year and Dameon Pierce, and they both went down. And I don't think Dameon Pierce has ever been the same, to be honest. I mean, Brees is back to where he was, but Dameon Pierce has kind of fallen off. He was out again this past week, and Singletary took his carries. But Jahmyr Gibbs has been the most impressive rookie so far in my estimation. And I think going forward, because Montgomery, I've never trusted. He's another good back. I don't trust his health. There's probably 20 of those in the league. So there'll be more of Gibbs going forward. You got shares of him. He's probably he'll be one of the feature guys down the stretch that probably carries you to the fantasy playoffs and maybe a championship.
Yeah, more than likely. I was just gonna add on to Bijan Robinson's first overall, and with the rookies anyways, with 612 yards rushing. That is, after 10 weeks of football and him not really doing anything in week 9. And Devon Achane or Devon Achane, he's actually third with 460 yards. So I mean, and those are the three like main like rookie running backs that are actually doing something this year. But as far as rushing touchdowns so far, he's actually got 4 rushing touchdowns. Gibbs has 4, which is good for second out of the rookies, and Devon actually has 5 touchdowns on the season, which he is first in that with the rookies. So with Gibbs, they're actually their next couple of games here. They're playing Chicago, which which is they're second best overall in their rushing defense. They're only allowing 76 yards per game. So I mean, this upcoming game, I don't think you can really expect too much from Gibbs this upcoming game against the Bears. I mean, he might be able to. He actually might. I think he might be better in the pass game than the rushing. So him and the kind of little out routes and whatnot. So I think he'll be better, more likely better in that. The receiving game for him, which should be a little bit better than the rushing game. And then their next game is actually against Green Bay, which they're giving up their 27th overall with the rushing defense giving up 133. So I think I think in week 12 against the Green Bay Packers, I think Jahmyr Gibbs could probably rush, 80, 90 yards and a touchdown against Green Bay out the week after the Bears. So yeah, I'm kind of liking the next couple weeks here. Well, not the Bears game. It might be a little rough for him to maybe reach like 15, 17 fantasy points. But I mean, if you can get one in the receiving game, that might be possible against the Bears there. But the Packers, I think that's a doable game. He could maybe have a touchdown or two in that game, since the Packers kind of suck. So those are kind of the next two
Yeah,
games on here.
I think. Yeah, I think the running game. I think they're just going to rip through Green Bay's defense. If I'm being, I think Montgomery and Gibbs. So that game definitely can count on him. Oh, you got one more.